Chapter 196. After the press conference, the netizens' anger reached an unprecedented level. Frowny face Starlight did a great job this time. This kind of slut should be banned. You've done something wrong, yet you're still so arrogant. I'm drunk. It's a pity that Under the Heavens has such a good script. Why are you all scolding Ningxi? I wish someone would stand up and hit her. I think Ningxue Luo is too soft-hearted. She should just file the case. Who is the sugar daddy behind Ningxi's evil deeds? Please find out who it is. Not only that, as long as someone spoke up for Ningxi, everyone would swarm up to attack that person. Now no one dared to express a different opinion. Ningxuelua was probably desperate. It was obvious that she wanted to end the battle quickly and suppress her once and for all. As Ningxi scrolled through the comments, she realized that something was wrong. Her Weibo was suddenly being tagged like crazy, and the number of comments was increasing rapidly. What happened this time? The phone screen turned black several times. Finally, Ningxi clicked it open again with difficulty and figured out what had happened. Just now Lu Jingli posted on Weibo, "Koi little prince. Welcome to our Shengshi family Ningxi." Holy shit. Ningxi couldn't help but widen her eyes, thinking that she was seeing things. Wasn't Lu Jingli being too high profile? As soon as this Weibo post came out, the entire Weibo was in an uproar. All the netizens swarmed over. Fuck, what did I just see? That bitch Ningxi actually joined Shengshi Entertainment? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. My Ming Koi must have been hacked. It must be. That's right. Shengshi Entertainment has a good reputation in the industry. How could they sign a contract with such a despicable bitch? If this is true, then Golden Era will be shamed for life. I'm never going to watch any of Golden Age's shows ever again. At first, I had a good impression of Lu Jingli, but I never thought that he would be the one helping the evildoer. Too disappointing. Why did they have to sign this kind of person? Just because I'm pretty? Damn it. Did that bitch Ningxi sleep with my Koi Prince Charming? No one can stop me. I'm going to kill her. Ningxi held her forehead. She knew it would be like this. Did Lu Jingli have to be so impatient? Why didn't they announce it after the press conference? Wasn't he just asking for a scolding? Ningxi was wondering if she should do something when she saw that the other artists under Shengshi were being cursed as well. But in the next second, she saw something that made her dumbfounded. What did she see? She actually saw Lu Tingxiao's main account reposting Lu Jingli's Weibo post. Lu Tingxiao's main account was like a zombie fan. His posts were all formulaic, such as the group's anniversary celebration, the establishment of a new department, the completion of a major cooperation project, or some unfathomable professional economic theory. However, Lu Tingxiao had a lot of fans. He was a male god after all. Even if he only updated once every 6 months, and they were all advertisements, there would still be a large number of diehard fans following him. Now Lu Tingxiao, who had always paid attention to the major events of the corporation, actually reposted Lu Jingli's Weibo post, and added a lot of words. Welcome Ningxi to the team. This time, it wasn't as simple as an explosion. Weibo's traffic instantly exploded. The system couldn't bear the load, and even crashed for a few minutes before recovering. Chapter 197. Miraculously, the public opinion on the internet took a turn for the better. Oh my god. What did I just see? I'm going to the toilet to eat shit to calm myself down. First, it could be a hacked account. Now that Lu Tingxiao has shared it, how can it be fake? Golden Age Entertainment has signed Ningxi. Even Lu Tingxiao was alarmed. I don't understand this world anymore. Since Lu Tingxiao shared it, it means that he knows about it and even agrees with Golden Age's decision. Lu Jingli might have been blinded by lust, but Lu Tingxiao would never do that. Something's not right about this. Yes, something's wrong. Golden Age might be up to something big. Waiting for the tables to turn. I'm not saying anything. I'm waiting for the tables to turn. I'll support my idol. Waiting for the truth to come out. Believe in me. All in all, the public opinion was pulled back after Lu Tingxiao shared it. The netizens began to remain neutral, and some even began to regain their rationality. Ningxi was in awe of the series of changes that had taken place on Weibo. Sure enough, The Great Demon King's attack was extraordinary. The main reason was that Lu Tingxiao's image was too perfect. Ever since he took over Lu Group, he had never made a wrong decision. During the economic crisis 5 years ago, many companies went bankrupt. Only Lu Group stood strong and went against the tide. Basically, his words were like an oracle. No one doubted him at the same time. In the living room of the Lu mansion, Lu Jingli was rolling around on the sofa with his phone in his hand. Fuck me. What the hell are these bastards talking about? What do they mean by I might have been blinded by lust, but you wouldn't have? I'm so fucking innocent. You're the one who was blinded by lust. It's you. It's snow in June. I'm innocent. I'm more innocent than Doi. Ningxi returned just as he was howling. Second young master. I heard you howling from afar. What did you say? Nothing. Lu Jingli immediately sat up, unable to voice his grievances. Lu Tingxiao, who did not even look at Lu Jingli when he rolled on the sofa, looked up from his book. You're back. Have you seen Lin Jiji? Ningxi nodded repeatedly. Yes, Sister Lin is very nice. She's my type. She looks so safe when she's cold and unhappy. Lu Tingxiao. These words didn't seem to be a problem, but why did it make him feel insecure? Ningxi glared at Lu Jingli. Second young master. You're too impatient. Why did you announce that I've signed with Golden Era? Lu Jingli said with an expression that said, of course it's to add fuel to your popularity. Look at how popular you are now. Everyone is talking about you. Ningxi chuckled and rolled her eyes at him. If it weren't for Lu Tingxiao, we would have been accused of adultery, okay? Hearing this, Lu Jingli finally showed some guilt and muttered in a low voice, so be it. The truth will be revealed tomorrow anyway. He had expected the netizens to scold him, but he didn't expect them to be so harsh and think in that direction. His brother's face turned green when he saw those comments. You can post on Weibo about the press conference tomorrow, Lu Tingxiao reminded. Oh okay, I'll send it now. After Ningxi posted on Weibo, Lu Jingli reposted it, followed by Lin Jiji. At this time the phone screen flashed. Someone called. It was Jiang Mai. Chapter 198. Hello Jiang, Ning Xiaoxi. You actually signed with Golden Era. Why didn't you discuss it with me? Did you see the email I sent you? Jiang Mai's roar could be heard from the other end of the phone. Ugh, aren't you busy? I didn't want to bother you. Besides, what does this have to do with the email you sent me? Jiang Mai's voice was too loud. Ningxi smiled awkwardly at Lu Tingxiao and went upstairs to answer the call. Behind her, Lu Jingli rubbed his chin and gave his brother a meaningful look. Brother, it seems like someone is going to give you a hard time. Sigh, poor thing. Why did he have to fall in love with the same woman as you? Luckily, I don't like girls like Cici. Tithe. A love rival is too scary. Jiang Mai was so angry that he almost choked on his breath. You still haven't read the email? Sorry, I forgot. Is it something important? I thought it was some kind of parody video or something. Jiang Mai took a deep breath and said slowly, You, right now, open your email and read the email I sent you. Don't hang up on me. Open it now. Okay. I'll read it now. Ningxi opened her computer and logged into her email. She found the email Jiang Mai had sent her and downloaded the attachment. There was a picture and an audio clip in the attachment. She clicked on the picture. It was a WeChat message. Aya, my grandson is so cute. Aya, my son is so handsome. Tingxiao, who chose the clothes for you and Xiaobao? Is it the girl you like? Yes. I knew you wouldn't choose this style of clothes. Look at how bright and beautiful it is. Unlike you, who only knows how to wear gray clothes all day long. Even Xiaobao is covered in gray clothes. This family really needs a woman. Did she take the photo too? Yes. Not bad. Damn, my future sister-in-law is unbelievable. She actually has the ability to make you wear this kind of clothes and take photos for her. I gave you a set of clothes that looked similar to this one. You looked at me with disdain and even criticized my taste. The people in the conversation were obviously Lu Tingxiao, the two elders of the Lu family, and Lu Jingli. Are you watching it? Jiang Mai urged. Okay. Ningxi nodded with a complicated expression and turned on the audio. After a series of rustling sounds, Jiang Mai's voice came from inside. Uncle, what do you mean by Ningxi? Then it was Lu Tingxiao's voice. Yes. Don't you think your attitude towards Ningxi is too strange and ambiguous? Jiang Mai questioned. Lu Tingxiao's tone was lazy and dangerous. I think I've made it clear enough. Since you still don't understand. Hearing this, Ningxi's heart suddenly jumped to her throat, as if she could feel Jiang Mai's mood when he was waiting for Lu Tingxiao's answer. What would Lu Tingxiao say? After waiting for 3 seconds, which felt like 3 centuries, Lu Tingxiao's voice finally came through the audio. He said, "Do you understand?" Ningxi was confused. What was going on? What did he understand? Just when Ningxi thought she had heard something wrong and clicked the mouse to play again, Jiang Mai's cold voice came through the phone. Don't be hard of hearing. You didn't hear wrong. He only said 3 words. But before he said those 3 words, he kissed you in front of me. Chapter 199. Dui. What? Ningxi was stunned. Why don't I know? You were drunk that night. It was the night the crew held a dinner party for me. Jiang Mai reminded her. Ningxi finally remembered. It was the night she walked into the wrong room and was taken advantage of by Zhu Xiangqing. Lu Tingxiao had sent her back to the room and asked her to wait for him to go home after the party was over. After that, she passed out as soon as she saw Lu Tingxiao. She had no recollection of what happened after that. Jiang Mai was right beside her at that time. The conversation between him and Lu Tingxiao must have taken place at that time. Seeing that Ningxi did not reply, Jiang Mai became even more disheartened. You still don't believe me, do you? I know that these 2 are not conclusive evidence. You can take the screenshot as Lu Tingxiao's perfunctory answer to his parents. I didn't even record the most important part of the conversation. There's no proof. After a long while, a sigh came from the other end of the phone. Jiang Mai, it doesn't matter whether I believe it or not. It doesn't affect my decision to sign with Golden Era. Even if he really has feelings for me, he won't take advantage of his position to do anything to me. He won't force me. Jiang Mai knew that it was all over when he heard Ningxi's words. He did not expect Ningxi to trust Lu Tingxiao so much. They had only known each other for a few months. Ningxi continued. Thank you. I know you care about me. There's a press conference tomorrow. I need to focus on this final battle. Let's meet up and talk about it after this is over. You'll be in Lu Tingxiao's trap by the time this is over. No, she's already at the bottom of the pit. So what if he knows? There's nothing he can do. And I'm not just concerned about you. What right does he have to look down on Lu Tingxiao's actions? What he's doing is not noble. Jiang Mai felt a deep sense of helplessness in his heart. See you later. Okay, bye. Ningxi hung up the phone. It was as if all the energy in her body had been sucked out. She threw herself onto the bed and stared blankly at the ceiling. Until now, she still hadn't recovered from Jiang Mai's words. He kissed you in front of me. Perhaps it was because she was an actress with a strong visual sense and imagination. She could almost completely recreate the scene in her mind. His heart was beating faster and faster. Ningxi took out her phone and quickly sent a WeChat message to Lu Tingxiao. Boss, I have to memorize the script for the press conference. You don't have to call me for dinner tonight. I'll just nibble on some fruits. I ate too much meat last night. It's perfect for me to lose weight. He tried his best to sound nonchalant. He shouldn't be able to see anything, right? She was clearly the best at pretending, but in front of Lu Tingxiao, she had no confidence at all. In the living room downstairs, Lu Tingxiao looked at Ningxi's WeChat message. He raised his eyes and glanced at Ningxi's room. Lu Jingli quickly leaned over to take a peek, and then his face was full of disappointment. Really, sister-in-law isn't cooking tonight? I was looking forward to it for nothing. I'm so sad. Then she rolled her eyes, put an arm around her brother's shoulder, and said earnestly, Jiang Mai must have been forced into a corner, right? Isn't this a little too harsh? Chapter 200. Lu Tingxiao withdrew his gaze. His expression was like the surface of a lake blown by a breeze. Although there were ripples, it quickly returned to normal. He knew that this day would come sooner or later, and he had been waiting for this day. Although he had been treading on thin ice during this period of time, he had managed to get through it without any mishaps. This was already the best situation he could have imagined. What he had to do next was wait. Looking at his brother's expression, Lu Jingli couldn't help but worry for him. His brother had practically used up all his forbearance and restraint in these past few months. If something went wrong, he simply couldn't imagine what would happen to him. Ever since he met Ningxi, he had really changed a lot. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that he had been reborn. He really didn't want him to return to his original self, or even become even scarier. He decided that he would go to the temple tomorrow to pray for his brother. He had to kneel for a while longer. Ningxi, who had promised to memorize a script, had been lying in bed for at least 2 hours. She didn't think of anything, and was in a completely empty state. Usually, when she encountered something extremely difficult to solve, she would use this method to relieve the pressure. When this method couldn't relieve the pressure, she could only choose some more extreme methods. However, it had been a long time since something could trouble her to this extent. Looking at the clock on the wall, it was almost 10 o'clock. Ningxi finally got up and spent an hour memorizing the information that Lin Jiji had given her. She had a solid foundation in lines, so it was quite easy for her to memorize these things. At this time, she suddenly realized that little Bun hadn't come to find her all night. Lu Tingxiao must have told Xiao Bao that she was busy. After memorizing the information, Ningxi prepared to go see little Bun. Walking to the door of little Bun's room, Ningxi thought that the little guy must be asleep, so she gently pushed the door open. However, as soon as she opened the door a little, she saw that the warm yellow bedside lamp was on. She saw little Bun leaning against the headboard and concentrating on playing with a Rubik's Cube. Lu Tingxiao sat on the edge of the bed with a trace of helplessness on his cold and stiff face. It's already 10:54. There's still 6 minutes until 11. Lu Tingxiao said. In other words, it was already very late, and she should go to sleep. Little Bun acted as if he hadn't heard anything, and continued to focus on turning the cube. In just a few seconds, he had finished assembling it. Every side was the same color, and then he would mess it up and reassemble it. He repeated this process over and over again, as if he didn't know fatigue. Lu Tingxiao picked up a colorful fairy tale book on the bedside table that Ningxi had bought before and asked expressionlessly, "Which one do you want to listen to?" Little Bun finally raised his head and looked at him, but his gaze seemed to be filled with disdain. Lu Tingxiao pinched his eyebrows and switched to another book, The Monarch. Little Bun was disdainful. Lu Tingxiao switched to A Brief History of Time. Little Bun was still uninterested. Lu Tingxiao finally gave up. He glanced at his watch and his face darkened. It's already 11 o'clock. Seeing that Lu Tingxiao was about to lose his temper, Ningxi hurriedly coughed and knocked on the door. "Baby, you haven't slept yet?" Just as she finished speaking, Little Bun, who was as still as a mountain on the bed, threw away the Rubik's Cube and ran over like a little whirlwind. He hugged her calf in an extremely practiced manner, and raised his little head. His large eyes seemed to be electrifying as he stared at her. Ningxi clutched her chest, indicating that she had suffered a blow. Chapter 201. Seeing Ningxi, Lu Tingxiao looked relieved. "Are you done with your work?" "Yes, I'm almost done." Ningxi nodded, sat on the bed with Little Bun in her arms, and covered him with the quilt. Little Bun immediately picked up the colorful fairy tale book on the bedside table, which he had despised just now, and asked her to read it. "Do you want to continue reading from last night?" Ningxi asked. Little Bun held the quilt with his little hands, and nodded obediently. "Well, let's read The Polite Little White Rabbit today." Ningxi cleared her throat and began to tell Little Bun a story. "The hot summer is coming. The birds are singing in the trees. Hot, hot. The beautiful little white rabbit is wearing a beautiful floral dress, humming a song, and hopping on the bridge. It wants to pick mushrooms on the other side." While Ningxi was reading the story, Lu Tingxiao sat on the chair next to her, holding his forehead, quietly listening to the sweet and soft voice of the girl in the night. He seemed to understand why his son had to listen to such a childish story every night to fall asleep. The important thing was not the content, but who was the storyteller. In less than 5 minutes, little Bun was already sleepy. Ningxi patted him gently on the back, and the little guy quickly fell asleep. Thank you. Lu Tingxiao thanked her. It's no trouble, Ningxi said, looking a little emotional. Lu Tingxiao, do you know? In fact, I used to hate children. Hate. Ningxi nodded, but didn't tell him the real reason. Anyway, I just think that children are annoying, and I want to hide when I see them. But I never knew that I like little Bun so much. I don't know what kind of feeling it is, but I always feel that there is a special connection between us. This is the legendary fate. Lu Tingxiao looked at her deeply. In this world, nothing is impossible, but you haven't met it yet. Ningxi looked a little surprised, and replied vaguely, probably. It's getting late, I'm going to take a shower and go to bed. Boss, you should rest early too. Yeah. Lu Tingxiao nodded and suddenly leaned toward her. Ningxi jumped in fright and subconsciously dodged back. Lu Tingxiao was so close that he was about to touch her face, but he just walked past her and kissed the little Bun behind her, softly saying, good night. Late at night, Ningxi felt like she had a dream. She dreamed that Lu Tingxiao was sitting on the edge of her bed, kissing her lips and saying to her, good night, I love you. Oh, I have this kind of strange dream again. It was clearly a dream, but why did it feel so real? At the same time, in Pearl River Imperial View. It was already late at night, but Ning Xuelua's apartment was still brightly lit. The atmosphere was extremely depressing. Chong Li and Cui Kai sat quietly in the corner of the sofa, not daring to make a sound. Now that things had developed to this point, they couldn't possibly vent their anger on them again, right? Who would have thought that Ningxi would sign with Shengshi Entertainment as soon as she was kicked out? If she had signed with any other company, it would have been easy. However, she was someone that Starlight wanted to blacklist. Even if those companies signed her, they wouldn't be able to promote her. But it was Shengshi. In front of Shengshi, Starlight Entertainment's blacklist was just a piece of paper. Chongli wanted to comfort Ning Xuelua by saying that with Ningxi's current reputation, even Shengshi couldn't do anything about it. But she really didn't have the confidence to say that. After all, even Lu Tingxiao had come forward this time. Chapter 202. Not only had they underestimated Ningxi, they had underestimated her by a ridiculous amount. Golden Era's press conference at 9 a.m. tomorrow was like a ticking time bomb to them. Anything could happen. Golden Era had made such a big move right after Starlight's conference. It was hard not to suspect that this was premeditated. At the moment, even the fake reviewers were unable to reverse the public opinion. Everyone was waiting for the press conference tomorrow. It was estimated that all the media in the city would be there tomorrow. Ning Xuelua paced back and forth like a trapped beast amidst the debris. What's the content of the press conference? Can't you find any information at all? Chongli shook her head. We've tried all sorts of methods. Only a few of Golden Era's higher-ups know about Ningxi. The rest of them only heard about it after reading Lu Jingli's Weibo post. There's no way for them to find out. What about Lin Jiji? Didn't she repost Ningxi's post? Obviously, she was Ningxi's agent. She must know everything. When Chongli saw that Ning Xuelua was starting to lose her composure, she said helplessly, when Lin Jiji was still with Lung Manyun, we fought fiercely. We even snatched a roll from her. How is it possible to get information from her now? Ning Xuelua was furious. This won't do, and that won't do. Are we just going to sit here and wait for the sun to rise? Chongli really wanted to reply that there was really no other way but to sit here and wait. Ning Xuelua drained the remaining glass of wine on the coffee table. Her eyes flashed with ruthlessness. That country bumpkin. So what if they really entered the Golden Age? So what if they have Golden Era's support? Do you think you can rest easy after entering the Golden Age? Cui Kaijing saw this and hurriedly took the opportunity to chime in. That's right, Sister Xueluo. As long as the stain is still there, she will never be able to lift her head high in front of you. Besides, there must be something going on with her entering Golden Era. I'll have plenty of chances to catch her in the future. Someone like her will drag Golden Era down with her sooner or later. The next morning, Pearl Hotel's banquet hall. All the reporters were ready, anxiously waiting for the main character of the day to appear. It had been a long time since there had been such big news in the entertainment industry. It felt like any piece of breaking news today could be the headline. In addition to the reporters at the scene, all the people who were concerned about this matter were also waiting in front of their televisions and computers to watch the live broadcast. The members of Golden Era took their seats at 9 o'clock sharp. In the middle was Ningxi. On her left was Lin Jiji, and on her right was the lawyer Chen Jing. On both sides were the director of public relations, Liang Feixing, and Lu Jingli. Just this lineup alone had already killed countless reels of film from the reporters at the scene. Oh my god! Ningxi's agent is really Lin Jiji. This was a disguised announcement that Lung Manyun was going to retire. It was true. Why did Shengshi assign Lin Jiji as Ningxi's manager? Could it be that they want her to be Lung Manyun's successor? Why does the man on Ningxi's right look so familiar? Isn't this Chen Jing, the lawyer from the big economic case? And Liang Feixing actually attended the press conference in person. What is Liang Feixing? Even the general manager Lu Jingli is here. Fuck. This lineup. Absolutely amazing. It's the Lifetime series. That's right. Have you ever seen an artist of Golden Era hold a press conference like this? Chapter 203. Lu Jingli was the first to speak. First of all, I would like to formally introduce Golden Era's newest member, Ningxi. Ningxi stood up and bowed to all the reporters and cameras before sitting down. The cameramen took pictures one after another. Ningxi was wearing a black dress with heavy makeup. She was very suitable for a formal occasion like today. Lu Jingli continued. Next, we'll have her manager, Miss Lin Jiji, answer all the questions about our Manyun that the netizens are more concerned about. If this was in the past, anything related to Lung Manyun would definitely be the center of attention. But now, it had become a topic that everyone wished to end as soon as possible. Fortunately, Lin Jiji's style had always been clean and concise. She announced Lung Manyun's marriage and her future work arrangements in a few short sentences. She basically said that she would be focusing on her family in the future. This confirmed everyone's guess that Ningxi was indeed being groomed by Golden Era to be Lung Manyun's successor. At this moment, an impatient reporter urged, "We just want to know why Golden Era would sign an artist with such a bad character. Not only that, they want her to take over Lung Manyun's position. Aren't they afraid of destroying their own reputation by doing this?" The rest of the reporters echoed in agreement. Destroying their own reputation is considered good enough. This is like a rat shit spoiling the whole pot of porridge. I'm starting to think that the higher-ups of Golden Era are under a spell. I'd like to see what they can say today. Lu Jingli exchanged a look with Chen Jing. Leave the rest to our lawyer. Please remain silent. Lawyer Chen? They were still wondering why a lawyer was needed for the press conference. They looked at Chen Jing curiously. Chen Jing used the mouse to click on the laptop in front of him, and everyone heard a voice coming from the speakers. It's not Ningxi. Ningxi did not bribe me. The one who paid me to do something to the sword is someone else. But I don't know who it is. I received an anonymous email, and the person asked me to do it. He even deposited 100,000 yuan into my account, and said that he would give me another 100,000 yuan after the job is done. The voice stopped. 3 seconds later, the crowd went into an uproar. Lu Jingli's gaze turned cold. Please remain silent. The reporters held their breaths while suppressing their shock. Then the big screen behind Chen Jing lit up, and 2 pictures were displayed on the screen. One of the pictures showed that the IP address of the anonymous email was actually Pearl River Imperial View where Ning Xuelua was located. And the other picture showed that the anonymous account was from Ning Xuelua's assistant, Cui Kaijing. This time, the crowd could no longer hold back their cries of surprise. However, that was not the end. Chen Jing also released Ning Xuelua's injury identification report and the doctor's diagnosis report, which proved that Ningxi withdrew her strength very quickly at that time. As soon as she found that something was wrong, she withdrew her strength, so Ning Xuelua's injury was very light, and she could be discharged from the hospital on the same day. However, Ning Xuelua had been hospitalized for a few days, and every time she appeared in front of the reporters, She acted like she was seriously injured and had lost a lot of blood. After that, Xiaolua Ning Xiaolua Chen and Ning Shi's were and the others Chen Jing the media, Chen Jing to the lawyer. Chapter 204. Compared to Lu Jingli, who liked to keep the audience guessing, Chen Jing's series of actions happened in just 3 minutes. He was very efficient. One atomic bomb after another bombarded everyone present. Liang Feixing suddenly realized that there was nothing left for him to do. He rubbed his nose and said, "All right, let's move on to the Q&A session. Ask away if you have any questions." The reporters were speechless. Why? Why are we asking questions? The plot twist was too fast. They did not even know what to ask. They had already guessed that Golden Era was going to clear Ningxi's name. They even thought that Zhang Chang was bribed to frame Ningxi. However, they did not expect Ning Xiaolua to be the one who bribed Zhang Chang. Ning Xiaolua was the one who directed everything behind the scenes. Could it be that they, the self-proclaimed righteous reporters, and the enthusiastic netizens who denounced Ningxi, had been fooled by Ning Xiaolua all this while? It was extremely difficult for them to accept the fact, but the evidence was right in front of them. They could not deny it no matter what. After a long while, a hand weakly rose from the crowd. Liang Feixing signaled that he could ask a question. The reporter who raised his hand stood up and looked at Chen Jing. "I would like to ask you, Mr. Lawyer, how did you get the evidence? Is it legal? How can you prove the authenticity of the evidence?" Chen Jing, who had not said a word until now, glanced at the reporter and said, "My presence here is enough to prove the authenticity of the evidence." The reporter was speechless. After all, Chen Jing was an authoritative and professional person. He was indeed asking to be humiliated by asking such a question. In addition, the way we obtain the evidence is also legal. The police have already been secretly involved in this matter. Chen Jing's expression did not change as he said this with a face that looked impartial and trustworthy. All the reporters nodded, no longer doubting the legitimacy and authenticity of the evidence. Ningxi brushed her hair a little embarrassedly. She really admired Lawyer Chen. She herself had a guilty conscience when she heard this, okay? What legal means? The confession was forced out by her, and the evidence was obtained by Lu Tingxiao. No wonder she felt a sense of déjà vu when she first saw Chen Jing. Now she finally understood that Chen Jing's style of doing things was very similar to Lu Tingxiao's. Indeed, birds of a feather flock together. Then, the reporters began to recover from the shock and began to rush to ask questions. The reporter said, "I want to ask General Manager Lu, why do you spend so much time and energy to help Ningxi? Is there any special relationship between you and Ningxi like the rumors say?" Lu Jingli touched his chin. Of course there was a special relationship. Ningxi was his future sister-in-law. My relationship with Ningxi can be described in one sentence: Bo Lo and 1,000 li steed. As for why I spent so much time and effort, of course, it was because I believed in my own judgment of people, and I believed that she was worth it. Today, I will leave these words here. In the future, you will know that this is the most profitable business I have ever done, and Xing Hui will regret losing Ningxi. Chapter 205. Lu Jingli's answer was perfect, and no one could find any flaws in it. The reporters finally shifted their attention to Ningxi when they could not get anything out of Lu Jingli. Even though Ningxi was the star of the show, Golden Era had always protected her well, and there was almost no need for her to show up. Ningxi, as far as I know, you have a good relationship with Ning Xiaolua. What's her motive for doing this? Is there a conflict between the two of you? I think you're asking the wrong person. Reporter. The staff of the apartment you lived in said that you couldn't stand it anymore a few months ago. Do you have any explanation for this? No. It's my freedom to live wherever I want. Reporter. Then where did you live during this time? Can you tell us? At a friend's place. Does Jiang Mai know about you joining Golden Era? I heard that you have a good relationship with the crew. Did he play the matchmaker this time? Ningxi. I know. Not bad. No. This Ningxi was just too cunning. It was impossible to get any gossip out of her. The reporter had no choice but to give up on the sensitive question. How do you feel about joining Golden Era? It was a blessing in disguise. I want to work hard and help my boss earn more money. I want to prove that he did not choose the wrong person. Ningxi replied. The reporter automatically brought the boss to Lu Jingli. Only Lu Jingli knew that she was talking about his brother. TSK, his brother must be overjoyed. Okay, that's all for today's press conference. If you have any questions, you can arrange for an interview in private. Miss Lin Jiji will be in charge of everything related to Ningxi from now on. Liang Feixing stood up and ended the press conference. All the reporters were longing for more. Starlight's press conference had lasted for 3 hours yesterday, denouncing Ningxi in all sorts of ways, but Golden Era's press conference only lasted for half an hour. Who was superior and who was inferior could be seen at a glance. Just when the reporters were about to leave, Lu Jingli suddenly spoke up. Hold on. What's wrong? What's going on? The reporters stopped in their tracks and turned around excitedly. Lu Jingli had his usual good-natured smile on his face as he kindly reminded them. Have you forgotten something? What did I forget? The reporters looked at each other in bewilderment. Lu Jingli was still smiling, but there was not a trace of warmth in his eyes. Ningxi has been scolded by everyone for so many days for nothing. She has been accused of countless groundless crimes. And you don't have anything to say? This doesn't seem right, does it? The reporters were embarrassed when they heard that. They scrambled to apologize to Ningxi. At the same time, they hated Ningxuelua. Ningxi raised her eyebrows in surprise, thinking that this funny little koi was quite good at bluffing when it was serious. However, as soon as he returned to the backstage, Lu Jingli immediately returned to his original form and excitedly hopped over. Little Cece, dear little Cece. I'm free this afternoon. Let's have dinner at home. I'll buy the groceries, wash the vegetables, and do the dishes. You're in charge of cooking. Ningxi completely retracted her previous thoughts. She just wanted to send this idiot to heaven with a kick. Did he not know how easily his words could cause misunderstandings? Chapter 206. Liang Feixing was so shocked that he didn't even realize that the cup was already full. The water had already spilled all over the floor. He finally understood. No wonder Big Boss personally asked about Ningxi in the middle of the night. It turned out that Ningxi and Lu Jingli had this kind of relationship. Ningxi had beaten Lu Jingli 100 times in her heart. She forced a smile and said, Second young master, I can't do it tonight. I have an appointment with a friend. Maybe another day. Then he said to Liang Feixing, Lin Jiji, and Chen Jing with a natural expression. Director Liang, Sister Lin, Lawyer Chen, if you guys are free, remember to come together. Previously, when I said that I was good at cooking, second young master kept asking me to cook a meal to repay him. I can't let him be the only one benefiting. Thank you so much for today. Thank you. After saying that, he bowed deeply. Ningxi's simple words resolved all the ambiguity just now. Lin Jiji nodded with appreciation. This girl's ability to deal with sudden crises was not bad. And her performance at the press conference today was also very good. She was indeed a good seedling. As for her relationship with Lu Jingli, it seemed like it was easy to misunderstand. However, it was obvious that the atmosphere between the two of them was not that of a man and a woman. They should just be good friends. Pearl River Imperial View, Ningxuelua's apartment. Su Yan bought some supplements early in the morning and came to see her. After the two of them chatted for a while, Su Yan looked at the time on his watch and turned on the TV. On the screen, the press conference of Shengshi Entertainment had just begun, and Lu Jingli was introducing Ningxi. Ningxuelua did not sleep for the whole night. She had applied several layers of powder on her face to cover the dark circles under her eyes. She had been waiting to watch the live broadcast, but she did not expect Su Yan to come. She couldn't predict what would happen later, but she knew that she couldn't watch the press conference with Su Yan. Ningxuelua hugged Su Yan's arm and acted coquettishly. Brother Yan, what's so good about TV? Is it better than me? Shall we do something else? Su Yan patted her hand, his eyes still focused on the television screen. Shueluo, stop fooling around. Brother Yan, are you that concerned about Ningxi? Ning Xuelua pretended to be unhappy. Don't you care? Don't you want to know what Xiaoxi will say at the press conference? Ning Xuelua choked. Of course I care about Xiaoxi, but I don't like it when you put all your attention on her. Alright, don't throw a tantrum like a child. Stay quiet and accompany me for a while. Su Yan's attitude was unusually firm this time. Ning Xueluo gritted her teeth and continued to watch the live broadcast. At this moment, Lin Jiji was announcing Lung Manyun's marriage and retirement. Following that, a reporter stood up and questioned why Golden Era signed Ning Shi. Ning Xuelua's heart was in her throat. She thought to herself, go ahead and make a scene. It would be best if we can separate on bad terms. However, this was Golden Era's territory, and the reporters did not dare to go overboard. They only grumbled for a while before falling silent. Ning Xuelua carefully looked at Su Yan's reaction, only to find that Su Yan's eyes never left Ning Shi. Even though Ning Shi didn't say a word, she could not help but feel a strong sense of crisis. Just then, the lawyer clicked the mouse, and then a familiar voice came from the television. It was Zhang Chang's voice. Ning Xuelua's heart was beating fast. She kept comforting herself that even if Ning Shi got Zhang Chang's confession, she could only use it to clear her name. No one would know that she did it. However, what happened next smashed all her hopes into smithereens. Chapter 207. The remote control in Ning Xuelua's hand fell to the ground. Her face was pale and contorted. The worst result she had expected was to clear Ning Shi's name, but she had never expected that the other party had such important evidence and completely exposed all her secrets. Could it be that the person who sent the anonymous email was trying to do both? First, she extorted 8 million from her, and then she sold the evidence to Golden Era? On the TV, the reporter was asking Ning Shi, as far as I know, you are very close to Ning Xuelua. What is her motive? Is there something between the two of you? Ning Xuelua's fingers trembled. She quickly turned off the TV and threw the remote control away. She then hugged Su Yan. Brother Yan, let me explain. When she hugged Su Yan, she realized that he was trembling all over. His fists were clenched so tightly that they made cracking sounds. His usually gentle and calm face had turned into a ghastly expression. She had never seen him in such a terrifying state. Ning Xuelua was overwhelmed with fear. She could not help but hug Su Yan even tighter. Brother Yan, it's not me. It's really not me. I really don't know. I don't know why Kaijing would do such a thing. Is it because I was under too much pressure and scolded her? Is she trying to harm me because of that? Su Yan let her hug him. There was no warmth in his voice. If Cui Kaijing only wanted to harm you, why would she ask Zhang Chang to harm Ning Shi? What good would it do her? Ning Xuelua's face stiffened. She immediately said, she must have found a scapegoat to avoid being found out. She has always been by my side. She knows that Ning Shi has a bad attitude towards me in private. If she framed Ning Shi, I wouldn't suspect anything. Even if that's the case, what about your injury? Su Yan continued to ask. Ning Xuelua had calmed down a little by now. She explained with a wronged expression. I told you that I'm fine. My parents were too worried about me. They made me stay in the hospital to recuperate. Brother Yan, you know that I was really mentally and physically exhausted during that period of time. My body was in pain every day. How could they slander me like that? Su Yan was so shocked that he was almost numb. His face was slowly filled with deep pain. Xueluo, can I still continue to believe you? Ning Xuelua's face was covered in tears as she held onto his hand tightly. She looked at him as if he was her only savior. Brother Yan, trust me, okay? Right now, everyone outside must be criticizing and doubting me. If even you don't believe me, I don't know what courage I have to persist on. I don't care if others don't understand me and doubt me, but don't tell me you don't understand me. Do you think I would do such a thing to Xiaoxi? Big brother Yan, I beg you, don't abandon me too. Su Yan was in a daze and did not react for a long time. Ning Xuelua stared at him nervously. After a while, Su Yan finally took a deep breath and pushed her arm away bit by bit. He staggered to his feet and walked towards the door. Ning Xuelua followed him in a panic. Brother Yan, where are you going? Don't follow me. Leave me alone. With a bang, Su Yan slammed the door. In the room, Ning Xueluo's face was gloomy. She fell to the ground as if she had just survived a disaster. She quickly picked up her cell phone and called Changli. Chapter 208. Su Yan stumbled down the stairs and drove aimlessly on the bustling street. His mind was filled with the scene of that day when Ning Shi helped Xueluo to cover her wound and called for help, but was rudely pushed away by him in the hospital. She faced the accusations of Uncle Ning and Auntie Ning. Her eyes were filled with sadness, but she stubbornly refused to lower her head. It was filled with the hurtful words and accusations that he had sent to her. After the matter had happened, he did not even consider for a second before standing beside Xueluo. He did not even think of listening to her explanation. He kept saying that even if they broke up, he would take care of and protect her like his own sister, but he had always been doing things that hurt her. Xueluo had him, parents who loved her dearly, a company, fans, but what about her? She was being criticized by the whole world. She had to bear everyone's abuse and endure all the grievances of being wronged. In the end, the ones who stood up for her were not the hypocritical people who claimed to care for her, but strangers who did not know her at all. Through the car window, he saw on the big LED screen outside the shopping building, Ning Shi answered the reporter word by word with a serious expression. I want to work hard, help my boss make more money, repay his kindness, and prove that he didn't choose the wrong person. He knew that this was not an official answer, but her heartfelt words. She had always been like this. As long as someone treated her well, she would treat them wholeheartedly. He always thought that she had changed, but he was the one who had changed. His mind was frantically replaying the scene of her walking out of the hospital gate alone from the window of the ward that day. Thinking of that frail and helpless figure, his heart felt like it was being cut by a knife. At night, Vivi Bar. This bar was not big and its location was very remote. However, it was very stylish. It was opened by a senior in the entertainment industry and was very private. It was a place where people in the industry would go to relax and gather. When Ning Shi arrived at the private room, Jiang Mai was already there. He was sitting on the sofa with his legs crossed. There were several empty wine bottles on the coffee table. Ning Shi took off her mask and sunglasses. Hey, you're drinking without waiting for me? Jiang Mai snorted disdainfully. Aren't you going to quit drinking? Even if I wait for you, I'm the one drinking it myself. Ning Shi shrugged. Well, forget what I said. Just keep drinking. Did you give me any juice? Order my ass. There's no juice in the bar. Jiang Mai glared at her. Ning Shi rang the bell to call the waiter. A handsome young man walked in and asked with a smile. Miss, what do you need? Ning Shi took out a large bill and stuffed it into his pocket. She blinked and said, Handsome boy, can you help me buy 2 bottles of juice? The young man was stunned for a moment. His cheeks turned red, and he smiled. I'm willing to serve you. Jiang Mai's eyes almost popped out. Ningxi, can you calm down? Don't flirt with every good-looking girl you see, okay? Ningxi stretched out her leg and kicked him. Go away. How did I flirt? You're the one who thinks that everything is dirty. Jiang Mai patted the dust on his pants. Don't talk nonsense with me. Get to the point. You were the one who started it. Ningxi rolled her eyes at him, then leaned back on the sofa and let out a long sigh. She could no longer suppress the tiredness she had been hiding for a day, and it all poured out from between her eyebrows. Chapter 209. Seeing her like this, Jiang Mai asked awkwardly, Why are you so tired? Didn't today's press conference go well? Everything had been taken care of by a certain someone. It's all your fault. I'm so tired. Ningxi's face was full of annoyance. She got up and stared at him. Let me ask you, that day Lu Tingxiao really kissed me? Jiang Mai downed the wine in his glass in one gulp. If I'm lying to you, I'll burn all my equipment and never play games again from tonight onwards. Ningxi nodded. Okay, I believe you. That was a vicious oath. Jiang Mai couldn't help but curse. Count how many times I've reminded you. You just won't listen. Why don't you just die of stupidity? How long have we known each other? How long have you known Lu Tingxiao? You don't believe me? Looking at Jiang Mai's hurt face, Ningxi sighed and said, in fact, Lu Tingxiao told me about it when I first met him. What did he say? Jiang Mai looked nervous. Ningxi spread out her hands. He said he wanted to marry me. Puff. Cough cough. What did you say? Jiang Mai was almost choked by the wine and coughed violently. Ningxi patted him hard on the back. I was even more shocked than you at that time. And then? Jiang Mai asked anxiously. Then I asked him why he wanted to marry me. That's so unscientific. Then what did he say? He said I saved Xiaobao, so he wanted to repay me by marrying me. Fuck. How did you answer him? I said I saved Xiaobao, and Xiaobao saved me, so we're even. There's no need to report it. Then I ran away. Jiang Mai sprang to his feet and paced back and forth in the room. I really want to strangle you. Lu Tingxiao has been harboring evil intentions towards you from the very beginning. And he has already said it out loud. Why don't you stay away from him? Ningxi raised her eyebrows. Come on. How could you say no to Xiaobao's face? Besides, I always thought that Lu Tingxiao wanted to marry me because of Xiaobao, okay? Later I rejected him, and he didn't force me. What else could I do? What do you mean for Xiaobao? How hypocritical. And you're practically a pig. Jiang Mai finally stopped. He stared at her and said, let me put it this way. Normally, when a hero saves a beauty, if the beauty is not interested in the hero, she will definitely say, thank you, hero, for saving me. I am willing to do anything to repay you. Now the question was, if the beauty was interested in the hero, what would she say? Xiaoxi, please answer me. Oh, Ningxi rubbed her chin. Will a beautiful woman say, this little girl is willing to devote herself to you? So, now do you understand the meaning of devote your life to me? It's because I like you. I like you. I'm interested in you. Jiang Mai roared in her ear. Ningxi scratched her numb ears. You're right, Jiang Mai said. That's the fucking truth. Ningxi stood up and put her hand on Jiang Mai's shoulder to calm him down. Then she said slowly, okay, since you asked me, let me ask you a question. Jiang Mai looked at her warily. What do you want to ask? Let me ask you. If you walked into a room and saw the person you liked was drugged with aphrodisiac, wearing transparent pajamas, and lying on a kg-sized bed covered with red petals, what would you do? Chapter 210. Jiang Mai was stunned for 3 seconds. Then he pushed her away as if his ears were burning. Ning Xiaoxi, you're so dirty. Get lost. Don't pretend to be innocent. Give me a more serious reply. Why did you ask me this question? Jiang Mai avoided her eyes. He didn't dare to say that Ningxi's words were too vivid. Besides, the person in his mind was. Answer me first. Ningxi urged. Jiang Mai hesitated for a long time and finally answered hesitantly. Of course I did it directly. Are you still a man if you don't do it? Or that man doesn't like that woman at all? Hearing the expected answer, Ningxi looked at him with a faint smile. Why are you looking at me like that? Am I wrong? Jiang Mai's hair stood on end under her gaze. You're right. Now you can tell me why you asked me this question, right? Ningxi rested her chin on her hand and said absent-mindedly. Do you know what Lu Tingxiao did when he encountered such a situation? Jiang Mai's face changed instantly. Lu Tingxiao encountered such a situation? What do you mean? Ningxi briefly explained the cause and effect and then said. Then Zhu Xiangqing tied me up and sent me to Lu Tingxiao's bed. Lu. What did Lu Tingxiao do? Jiang Mai was so nervous that his voice changed. He did nothing. Ningxi recalled that night. He comforted me not to be afraid and talked to me to distract me. From beginning to end, he didn't do anything to disturb me. He just quietly accompanied me through the most helpless and difficult night of my life. Hearing this, Jiang Mai bit his lip and couldn't say a word. Ningxi stared at him. Which possibility do you think Lu Tingxiao is? Not a man? Or he doesn't like me? Jiang Mai clenched his fists. I'm sure he likes you. And he didn't think Lu Tingxiao was unmanly, but too manly. If it were him, he would never be able to do that, Ningxi nodded. I wasn't sure before and I didn't dare to be sure. But now I'm sure he likes me. So there's a third possibility. Jiang Mai immediately looked at her. What? It's not because I'm stupid, but because his rank is too high. I'm actually not surprised that I'm tempted by him, and I'm not unwilling either. After Ningxi said this, there was a kind of compromise between her misty brows. Jiang Mai's voice trembled, and he almost couldn't speak a complete sentence. You have feelings for him? Ningxi smiled. Although I don't want to admit it, and I've been avoiding it for so long, it's the truth. Jiang Mai punched the tea table, his scarlet eyes almost popping out of their sockets. Ningxi, how much do you know about him? How much do you know about him? You're only seeing the facade he's putting up in front of you. Do you really think Lu Tingxiao is as gentle and gentlemanly as he looks? Do you know that Jia Qingqing died in the wilderness? Do you know what happened to that fat pig Zhu Xiangqing? Did you know that he used a plane to create rain just to ruin a kissing scene? Even the sudden accident in my family, it was all planned by him. Ningxi was silent for a long time and then said softly, but Jiang Mai has never done anything to hurt me. If I'm afraid of him, stay away from him, and despise him because of that, it's unfair to him. You can say that I can't tell right from wrong, or that I don't know what's good for me. All I know is that he's good to me, very good. No one has ever treated me so well as he does. Chapter 211. Jiang Mai looked dejected and said with difficulty in a hoarse voice, Are you going to be with him? How is that possible? Ningxi glanced at him. I know my own limits. Jiang Mai frowned. That's not what I meant. I'm not saying that you're not good. I'm just saying that Lu Tingxiao is too scheming and dangerous. The environment of the Lu family is not suitable for you. Brother, thank you for thinking so highly of me. I know what I'm like. Ningxi interrupted him. Her expression had completely returned to normal. Don't worry. Being attracted doesn't mean that I've lost my mind. I know what I'm doing and what I should do. Jiang Mai was not happy to hear her words. Instead, he felt as if there was a soaked sponge in his chest. What do you think you're like? You're serious and diligent. You look cynical and heartless, but you're actually very meticulous. You deserve the best and the most suitable man for you. Ningxi was stunned for a moment, and then looked surprised. Golden Retriever. How can I be so great in your mind? Have you fallen in love with me? Jiang Mai's back stiffened instantly. Fuck off. Ha ha ha. Ningxi clutched her stomach and laughed for a while. Then she looked at him gloomily. Jiang Mai, as you said before, how much do you know about me? How much do you know about me? You've only seen the side of me that I want you to see. Do you really think that I'm exactly what I appear to be? The moment Ningxi looked at him, Jiang Mai almost thought that she had seen through his mind. He thought that she deliberately said those words to remind him to give up. In the Lu family's house, Lu Tingxiao sat on the sofa in the living room, reading Bond's documents attentively. On the other hand, Lu Jingli had been wandering around the house the whole night, as if there were needles on his butt. Brother, little Cici has a date with Jiang Mai tonight. Don't you want to know what they talked about? I have a hunch. The content must be very explosive. And it's very important to you. Lu Tingxiao flipped a page without even lifting his head. Sigh, brother, it's all your fault. You're too old-fashioned. I asked someone to secretly plant a listening device, but you wouldn't let me. I can only stay at home and worry. Lu Jingli complained. Although from the current situation, he was the only one who was anxious. In the end, even someone as patient as Lu Tingxiao couldn't take it anymore. Be quiet or I'll go back. No. I'm not going back. He still had to wait for Cici to come back to get some information. Otherwise, how was he going to sleep tonight? It's almost 11 o'clock. Why aren't they back yet? Lu Jingli was scratching his ears and cheeks anxiously when his phone rang. It was an unknown number. It's so late, who's calling me? Lu Jingli picked up the phone and went to the yard to answer. 10 minutes later, Lu Jingli rushed in, as if he had been injected with chicken blood. This is really like someone sending you a pillow when you're about to doze off. Brother, guess what I got just now? It's the recording of Cici and Jiang Mai's private room. I didn't do it. It was secretly recorded by an ignorant paparazzi working for a gossip company. Fortunately, their boss was smart enough to stop it after receiving it. He even found me and apologized to me. Chapter 212. Lu Tingxiao didn't even blink when he heard that. He spat out 3 cold words from his thin lips, destroy it. Lu Jingli felt as if a basin of cold water had been poured on him. What? Even God is helping you. You won't listen to me? Lu Tingxiao's face became colder. Do I have to say it again? Seeing that his brother was really angry, Lu Jingli quickly nodded like a chick pecking rice. Okay. I'll destroy it. I'll destroy it. Alas, he really didn't know what to say about his brother. Except for when he was in front of Cici, he was too principled and didn't know how to be flexible at all. However, he was different. Although he said yes, he didn't really want to destroy it in his heart. Tisk, I'll keep it secretly. It will come in handy one day. Lu Jingli was sighing when suddenly a small figure ran down the stairs like a gust of wind, and then ran outside. Cici is back? Lu Jingli hurriedly followed Xiaobao out. When he arrived at the door, he saw that Ningxi was back in Jiang Mai's car. From their expressions, there was nothing unusual. Jiang Mai seemed to have drunk a lot while Ningxi didn't seem to drink much. Ningxi got out of the car and picked up Xiaobao, who rushed out to greet her. She looked helpless and distressed. Sweetheart, it's already 11 o'clock. Why are you still up so late? Didn't you say not to wait for me? Xiaobao stuck in Ningxi's arms, tightly hugging her neck, and staring at Jiang Mai behind Ningxi. His little face was full of vigilance and rejection. Jiang Mai's mouth twitched slightly. It was so fucking unfair. Lu Tingxiao was cheating. Lu Jingli knew what Jiang Mai was thinking at a glance. He walked over and patted him on the shoulder sympathetically. Don't be sad. You don't have a son. Jiang Mai's heart skipped a beat. What do you mean? Lu Jingli leaned close to his ear and whispered, stop pretending. You like Ningxi, don't you? A trace of panic flashed across Jiang Mai's face, and then he said with a straight face, second uncle, are you kidding? How could I like her? Lu Jingli touched his chin and looked inquisitive. Strange, really strange. What had happened between the two of them? Jiang Mai obviously liked her, but he still didn't want to admit it even at this point. Ningxi was about to carry Xiaobao into the house when the phone in her bag suddenly rang. She picked up the call. Hello, who is this? Hello, are you Miss Ningxi? Your boyfriend got into a car accident and is being treated in our hospital. Please come here immediately. Ningxi was confused. What? My boyfriend? As soon as she said that, Lu Jingli, Jiang Mai, Lu Tingxiao, and even Xiaobao all fixed their eyes on Ningxi. Ningxi coughed awkwardly. Ahem, did you make a mistake? I don't have a boyfriend. But before the patient fainted, he left you his number. You'd better come quickly. The address of our hospital is... The person on the other end of the phone hurriedly hung up the phone. Ningxi stood there with her phone in her hand, looking confused. Fuck. Who is it? Jiang Mai leaned against the car, snorted, and glanced at her. It's your ex-boyfriend, isn't it? He almost died in the car accident, but he still left you his number. How infatuated. Ningxi kicked him. Don't be sarcastic. Then Cici, do you want to go? Lu Jingli's eyes lit up. Although it was a question, his face said go, go, go. Chapter 213. Ningxi pinched her eyebrows. It's a matter of life and death. Let's go. What if it's someone I know? But what about Xiaobao? Before she could finish her words, Xiaobao had hugged her tightly and buried his face in her neck. He looked as if he didn't want to be separated from her again. Because Xiaobao wouldn't let her go, Ningxi had to take him with her. Since Xiaobao wanted to go with them, Lu Tingxiao had to go with him. As for Lu Jingli, he insisted on volunteering to drive for them. Seeing that the Lu family was so shameless, Jiang Mai decisively squeezed into the car without hesitation. In the end, all of them followed him to his death. Ningxi was speechless. When they arrived at the hospital, they saw several ambulances parked at the entrance and the medical staff were busy going back and forth. The stretchers were full of patients with bleeding heads. It seemed that there had been a serious traffic accident. Ningxi covered Xiaobao's eyes to stop him from seeing the bloody things and coaxed him softly. Baby, it's a mess in the hospital. Can you wait for me in the car? Xiaobao held her waist and lowered his head pitifully. He was so sleepy that he was about to doze off, but he still refused to sleep. Ningxi leaned over and kissed his little face. Xiaobao, listen to me. I'll be back soon. After being kissed, Xiaobao regained some of his vigor and nodded. Then I'll go with you, Ningxi said to them. Lu Tingxiao said, I'll go with you. Jiang Mai said, I want to go too. The two of them said almost at the same time. Ningxi, it's not safe for you to go alone. Lu Tingxiao frowned. Jiang Mai snorted and said confidently, I'm just curious to see who it is. Ningxi felt a headache coming on. She looked at Lu Tingxiao, then at Jiang Mai, and finally at Lu Jingli. Lu Jingli blinked innocently. Why was sister-in-law looking at him? At last Ningxi said, I don't know what's going on there. It's not appropriate for me to go alone. Please go with me, second young master. Lu Tingxiao, you stay with Xiaobao. A dark light flashed across Lu Tingxiao's eyes. All right. As for you, Jiang Mai, stop it. Don't you know how much trouble you can cause with your face? Running to the hospital in the middle of the night. Are you trying to make a big scoop? Jiang Mai's face was filled with anger. Why did she have to be so fierce to me and speak so softly to Lu Tingxiao? What the hell? Let's go. Little Cece, I'll go with you. I'll accompany you. Lu Jingli was so excited that he almost jumped up and down on the street. Happiness came too suddenly. This was really a case of the sandpiper and clam fighting, and the fisherman benefiting. Hospital emergency room. It was a mess inside. Ningxi searched left and right for a long time before she finally found the doctor who had called her. Hello, I'm Ningxi. Where is my friend you mentioned before? You're Ningxi. He just had an operation. He's in Ward 307 on the 12th floor. Go and recognize him. He has nothing to prove his identity. All right, thank you. So Ningxi and Lu Jingli rushed upstairs. The elevator was too crowded, so they had to take the stairs. It was a total of 12 floors. Ningxi was exhausted, but Lu Jingli acted as if nothing had happened and was still in high spirits. She finally understood why Lu Jingli could run Shengshi Entertainment so well. This guy's enthusiasm for gossip was unparalleled. Chapter 214. Finally, they arrived at Ward 307. Ningxi bent over and panted. She was about to push the door open, but Lu Jingli couldn't wait to open the door in front of her. A second later, before Ningxi could see who was inside, Lu Jingli's face suddenly darkened. He closed the door, then held her shoulders with both hands and pushed her out. Little Cece, let's go. What's going on? I've been looking forward to it for so long, but it turns out to be this guy. Just let him die. Who the hell is it? Why are you reacting like this? Anyway, you won't regret it. Suyan? Ningxi raised her eyebrows and asked. Lu Jingli pulled a long face. That's him. Can you go now? I can't let him go. Ningxi pushed Lu Jingli's hand away, turned around, and paced toward the ward. Lu Jingli stamped his feet anxiously. Cece, why do you care about him? Do you still have feelings for him? Ningxi ignored him and went straight into the ward. She saw Su Yan in the ward. His head was wrapped in gauze, and there was an intravenous drip in his hand. He was lying quietly on the bed. Ningxi gently sat down on the edge of the bed and reached out to brush his messy hair. She looked gentle and said in an even gentler tone, Brother Yan, Lu Jingli. What the hell did he see? What did he hear? Could it be that Ningxi still has feelings for this scum? Fortunately, his brother didn't come up, or he would go crazy if he knew. Just as Lu Jingli was thinking about this, he suddenly felt a chill behind him. Then he turned around and saw his brother was standing behind him. Brother, why are you here? Xiaobao and Jiang Mai, who were in his arms, were also here. With his imagination, he immediately guessed that Xiaobao couldn't wait to come up, so his brother brought him here. Jiang Mai naturally couldn't wait to come up. This time we're done for In the hospital bed, Su Yan frowned with a pale face, and then slowly opened his eyes. Cece, how do you feel? Ningxi asked. Su Yan looked at the girl in front of him in a trance. Am I dreaming? Every time they met, they would quarrel sarcastically, and then part on bad terms. He couldn't remember how long it had been since he last saw her talking to him in a pleasant manner. When he had just woken up, he had seen a trace of worry and concern in her eyes. He had even heard her call him Brother Yan. Ningxi stood on the edge of the bed and her face became cold again. You just had an operation. The doctor said that you are fine. You just have a slight concussion and need to be observed for a period of time. If there is nothing else, I will leave first. Just as he was about to turn around, someone grabbed his wrist. Don't go. Xiaoxi, don't go. Anything else? Su Yan looked at her with a struggling expression and said in one breath. Although I know you don't care and don't need it, I'm sorry. I still want to apologize to you. I misunderstood you. You know what? When I thought I was going to die, I couldn't think of anything else. My only regret was that I didn't have time to apologize to you. Outside the door, Lu Jingli looked at Ningxi's wrist being held by Su Yan. He was so scared that he swallowed and turned around to see his brother's expression. It was really scary. She was going crazy. What on earth did Cici want to do? Chapter 215. Su Yan, you don't have to apologize because even if you were given another chance, you would still choose to believe Ning Xuelua. Su Yan said anxiously. I don't. Don't tell me you won't. Let's take the current situation as an example. Did Ning Xuelua tell you that she is innocent? Did she put all the blame on Cui Kaijing? As for you, are you going to trust her unconditionally again? If I tell you now that she is lying to you, will you believe me? Ningxi asked word by word. Su Yan subconsciously avoided her cold eyes and then said firmly, I will investigate it. Ningxi shook her head with a smile. You don't believe her if you need to investigate it. When you believed her, you didn't even listen to me. Xiaoxi, Brother Yan, Xiaoxi. Su Yan suddenly raised his head. This time, he heard it clearly. She really did call him Big Brother Yan. Ningxi looked at the night outside the window and seemed to see through the night to a distant time and space. She said in a faint voice, Brother Yan, do you remember? When I was 9 years old, I really wanted to buy a school bag with my idol's print, but my family wouldn't let me. Then they lost 50 yuan. My grandma insisted that I stole it. At that time, even my parents were a little suspicious of me. Although Xiao Noa was on my side, he also thought that I took it, because he knew that I really liked that male star. Su Yan couldn't listen to Ningxi anymore. His body trembled and his eyes turned red. Ningxi laughed at herself and said in a hoarse voice, At that time, only you believed that I didn't take it. You even ran out with me and in the middle of the night, we knocked on the door one by one and asked the children who came to my house that day. Finally, we found out who really stole the money. Do you know? At that time, I thought that I must marry the man in front of me when I grow up. Xiaoxi, stop. Su Yan closed his eyes in embarrassment. Outside the door, Lu Jingli was also screaming in his heart. Sister-in-law, stop. I'm afraid that the hospital will be demolished tonight. Lu Tingxiao's aura was so terrifying that even Jiang Mai's anger was suppressed. He coughed lightly and moved away from Lu Tingxiao. Just when everyone's eyes were on the ward, Xiao Bao, who was standing next to Lu Tingxiao, suddenly broke free from Lu Tingxiao's hand and quickly rushed into the ward. Like a wolf cub, the little girl snatched Ningxi's hand and hugged her leg tightly. Her beautiful big eyes were burning with anger as she stared at Su Yan on the sickbed. Holy shit! Xiao Bao. Lu Jingli was startled and was about to rush in when Lu Tingxiao raised his hand to stop him. Only then did Lu Jingli realize that if he went in, he wouldn't be able to explain himself. Ningxi was startled by Xiao Bao, who suddenly rushed over. A baby? Why are you here? She looked through the glass window on the door and seemed to see Lu Tingxiao and the others in the corridor outside. Xiao Bao raised his little head and looked at her. His eyes were red and soon, they became wet. Big drops of tears rolled down his cheeks. Ningxi panicked. Hey, don't cry. What's wrong with you? Good girl, don't cry. Auntie will take you back now. Ningxi picked up Xiao Bao and was about to leave. Su Yan, who had been stunned on the sickbed, finally came to his senses and stopped her. Xiaoxi, who is this child? Chapter 216. Ningxi subconsciously pressed Xiao Bao's face against her shoulder. patted him on the back, and answered casually, "A friend's child. I'm leaving. Take care of yourself. I'll help you contact Ning Xuelua later." After Ning Shi left, Su Yan stared at the door in shock and doubt. What was wrong with that child? For a moment, he felt that the child's appearance was somewhat similar to that of Ning Shi's. He even recalled the dead baby 5 years ago. If that child hadn't died, he would have been about this age, damn it. Just what nonsense was he thinking about? He was crazy. That child died 5 years ago. Yes, dead. He must have died. It was impossible for him to have survived in that situation. Looking at Ning Shi, who came out in less than 5 seconds, Lu Jingli couldn't help snapping his fingers. "Xiaobao, well done." Ning Shi saw Lu Tingxiao's expression and immediately knew that he was going to scold Xiaobao, so she hurriedly protected him before he said anything. "Don't blame Xiaobao. He's just a child. What does he know? Besides, he didn't disturb me." Lu Tingxiao looked helpless. "You spoil him too much." Although he was scolding her, there was no trace of anger on his face. Jiang Mai, who was at the side, could only watch helplessly as Lu Tingxiao immediately put on a tender and affectionate expression as soon as Ning Shi came out. Lu Tingxiao's expression changed faster than flipping a book. Jiang Mai was shocked beyond words. "Hypocrite, too hypocritical. Who told you to always be so mean to Xiaobao? I'm helping you." Ning Shi touched Xiaobao's head, and a trace of sadness flashed across her eyes. If she didn't treat Xiaobao well now, there would be no more chances in the future. After leaving the hospital, Ning Shi hugged Xiaobao in her arms and coaxed him for a while. The little fellow soon fell asleep. Lu Jingli finally couldn't hold it in for a long time. He glanced at Ning Shi in the back seat through the rearview mirror and hurriedly asked, "Little Cece, you're using Brother Yan and emotional memories to kill me. What are you playing at? Are you trying to rekindle your relationship with that scumbag?" Jiang Mai, who was sitting in the passenger seat, sneered. "Rekindle my ass. I was almost fooled by her just now. She was playing the innocent girl again. Not only that, but he also fucking used a honey trap." Ning Shi held her chin and raised her eyebrows in surprise. "Golden Retriever, you've grown up. You even noticed this." Lu Tingxiao, who was sitting beside Ning Shi, looked cold. Just now, he could tell at a glance that Ning Shi's attitude towards Su Yan was not sincere. What really made him angry was, honey trap. She actually used it on someone other than him. "By the way, I have to call Ning Xuelua." Ning Shi was still holding Xiaobao in her arms. She moved carefully and took out her phone. "Let me carry him." Lu Tingxiao helped carry Xiaobao over. After the number was dialed, Ning Xuelua's sharp voice came from the other end of the phone. "Ning Shi? Heh. Why are you calling me? Flaunting their prowess? Bitch. Are you happy now that you've seen me lose my reputation? Let me tell you, you're getting ahead of yourself. Do you think Brother Yen and Mom and Dad will believe your nonsense? But you're just a country bumpkin. Do you really think you're going to?" When Ning Xuelua was almost done, Ning Shi said quietly, "Miss Ning, let me remind you that I'm on speaker now, and Su Yan is right next to me." Chapter 217. Ning Xuelua was speechless. There was a long silence on the other end of the line, and then she suddenly hung up. It was obvious what Ning Xuelua's expression would be when she heard this, and how she would hang up the phone in a panic. "Pfft, little Cece, you're so bad. That woman must have been scared out of her wits by you." Lu Jingli's face was full of admiration. "You call this bad? You're really inexperienced. I'll show you that I can be even worse today." Ning Shi smiled and tapped on her phone a few times. The next second, the conversation between her and Ning Xuelua came through the phone. Yes, she had recorded it. She had originally planned to call Ning Xuelua in front of Su Yan, and then turn on the speaker, so that Su Yan could listen to it carefully, because Xiaobao had to change her plan. Fortunately, the final result was not affected. Ning Shi edited the recording and sent it to Su Yan. She sighed regretfully and said, "It's a pity that this trick can only be used once. Ning Xuelua will definitely be wary of me if she talks to me again. However, it's enough to use it once." She had expected that Ning Xuelua would refuse to admit it. Today, she would completely plant a seed of doubt in Su Yan's heart. When that time came, she just had to wait for the dog to bite the dog. Lu Jingli shivered and said tremblingly, "Little Cece, if I offend you in any way in the future, just tell me directly. I'll let you beat me up to vent your anger, but please don't do this to me. I'm so scared." Ningxi chuckled and said simply, "Don't worry. For the sake of your brother, I won't hold it against you." Lu Jingli's eyes lit up when he heard this. "Is my brother so important?" Ningxi rolled her eyes at him. "Of course. He's my boss and my benefactor. I'm willing to do anything for him." Hearing this answer, Lu Tingxiao narrowed his eyes. The light in his eyes flashed like a meteor, leaving only darkness. Although she had been very careful, he still clearly noticed the change in her attitude towards him after she came back tonight. From choosing Lu Jingli to accompany her to the hospital, to deliberately getting close to Su Yan, and even acting like she was scheming to make him reject her, to seemingly inadvertently reminding him of his identity and distancing herself from him. Just like how he had used the method of boiling a frog in warm water to make her accept him unknowingly. At this moment, she was using the same method to slowly distance herself from him. There was no doubt that she was a good student who applied what she had learned. He was caught in a trap of his own making. He clearly knew what she wanted to do, but he was helpless. Late at night, at the Lu residence, Ningxi lay on the big bed, counting the bleats in her head, but she still didn't feel sleepy. Thus he picked up his phone and opened WeChat. After scrolling through her moments and daydreaming for a while, she typed a line of words. "I could have tolerated the darkness if I had never seen the sun. But now, the sun made my loneliness even more desolate." This sentence came from a poem by the poetess Dickinson. For some reason, when she thought of it now, it seemed to fit her mood very well. The first to reply was, "Lu Jingli, ouch ouch ouch. Everything is coming back to life. Spring is in full bloom. It's animals again. Ah, I can smell love." The corner of Ningxi's mouth twitched. Lu Jingli was too fast. Didn't he need to sleep in the middle of the night? To her surprise, Jiang Mai was still awake at this late hour. He commented, "I'm so jealous that my teeth are about to fall off." Ningxi was about to scold Jiang Mai, but her expression suddenly tightened. She heard the door of her room being pushed open with a squeak. Chapter 218. Ningxi subconsciously put down her phone and held her breath. She wasn't vigilant or defensive, but she was nervous. Because she could tell that it was Lu Tingxiao's footsteps. Why was Lu Tingxiao looking for her at this time? It was 3 o'clock in the morning. The strangest thing was that with Lu Tingxiao's personality, he definitely wouldn't do something like coming in without knocking. Just as Ningxi's mind was in a mess, that familiar figure had already walked to the side of her bed. There was no light in her room, and there was no moon tonight, so the entire room was pitch black, and she could only see a vague shadow. That shadow just stood there quietly, not moving an inch. Ningxi's heart was about to jump out of her throat. Just as she was about to speak up to break this torturous silence, an idea flashed in her mind, and she suddenly remembered something. Lu Tingxiao had sleepwalking. So she hurriedly swallowed the words that were about to leave her mouth, so as not to wake him up. Cough, but what exactly did he want to do? After about 5 seconds, Lu Tingxiao took another step forward and sat down on the edge of her bed. He lifted half of her blanket and then laid down beside her Ningxi. Moreover, this wasn't the end. The moment Lu Tingxiao laid down, his long arms reached out and pulled her into his arms. He hugged her tightly, as if hugging a pillow. Ningxi. Ningxi's cheek was forced to stick tightly to Lu Tingxiao's warm chest. Above her head was his steady breathing, her waist was his scorching palm, and her entire nose was filled with his cool scent mixed with a touch of cologne. Oh my God! This was simply crazy. Ningxi had already roared to the sky and ran 800 miles in her heart, but in reality, she could only endure until she almost suffered internal injuries. Thinking back to the time when Lu Tingxiao sleepwalked for the first time, she thought it must be because of what you think about during the day, you dream about at night. The next day, she even reminded Lu Tingxiao that he needed to find a woman. Now, she finally understood. She understood the true meaning of the phrase, what you think about during the day, you dream about at night. So who could tell her? What exactly should she do now? Could it be that she was waiting for Lu Tingxiao to leave again? In the past, when he didn't know anything, it was fine. But now, no matter what, it wasn't appropriate, right? Ningxi tried to move her body, trying to break free. In the end, she was panting and sweating, but someone still didn't move. She was afraid of waking him up, but she didn't dare to use too much force. Ningxi had no choice but to compromise. Sigh, forget it, I'll just sleep. Anyway, he wouldn't remember anything when he woke up. Outside the window, a cool breeze stirred the dark clouds. The moon peeked out from the clouds and shone its clear light through the window. The side of Lu Tingxiao's face appeared in front of her without warning. Ningxi's heart skipped a beat, and then it instantly beat like a drum. She was afraid that she would wake Lu Tingxiao up if she jumped too hard. Ningxi didn't know whether it was because of the beautiful moonlight or the man in front of her, but she couldn't help reaching out to touch the man's cheek. Lu Tingxiao. So no matter what she did now, he wouldn't know anything and wouldn't have any memories? Didn't that mean she could do whatever she wanted? This thought made the beast that was suppressed in the depths of her heart begin to stir. Ningxi gently touched the man's forehead, eyebrows, nose, and finally stopped at his thin lips. Chapter 219. Then, Ningxi slowly leaned forward, and stopped when she was only 1 centimeter away from the man's lips. Ugh. To kiss or not to kiss? That was the question. Isn't it bad to take advantage of someone when they're down? But you're the one who came to my bed. You can't blame me, right? Besides, you even bit me the last time. What the fuck? What the hell am I doing? I've really lost my mind. I've lost my mind. Ningxi finally laid back down obediently after muttering for a long time. The man's stiff body finally relaxed. At the same time, his heart was filled with disappointment. The feeling of being teased halfway was simply. However, in the next second, the girl in his arms, who had given up and was lying down obediently, suddenly moved. Then 2 warm and soft lips pressed against his lips, catching him off guard. The slippery tip of her tongue licked his lips, and her teeth tried to take a few bites. She even boldly tried to pry open his switch. Even someone as calm as Lu Tingxiao almost lost his composure. This feeling of being forcefully kissed and being unable to take back the initiative was even more miserable than the former. The girl's kissing skills were really bad. She was just licking and biting randomly, but it instantly ignited his lower abdomen. After the kiss, Ningxi wiped her mouth and finally lay back down in satisfaction. She muttered to herself, "So what if I'm dizzy? It's such a good opportunity. It'd be a waste not to kiss. At least I won't have any regrets in this life." Lu Tingxiao did not know whether to be angry or amused when he heard this. A kiss and you'll have no regrets in this life? My dear, your goal in life is too low. What I want to give you, and more. After kissing Lu Tingxiao, Ningxi could not fall asleep even more. She reached for her handheld and browsed through the entertainment news for a while. Just as she expected, Ningxiuelua immediately released a statement and pushed all the blame to her assistant, Cui Kaijing, and placed herself as the victim. However, Golden Arrow was no pushover. Liang Feixing was especially good at controlling the flow of public opinion. Under Liang Feixing's public relations, Ningxiuelua's statement did not have much of an effect. Most people thought that Ningxiuelua was deliberately shirking responsibility. She was just a small assistant. It was unreasonable for her to take revenge on you just because you scolded her. Some people thought that Ningxiuelua wanted to avenge Jia Qingqing because she was close to her, while others thought that Ningxiuelua was jealous of Ningxi, who was prettier than her. Some even guessed that Su Yan liked Ningxi, so Ningxiuelua was so eager to get rid of Ningxi. In short, the gentle and generous image that Ningxiuelua had created on a daily basis had suffered a serious blow this time. Other than that, the fans were most concerned about the filming of Under the Heavens in the future. This was also what Ningxi was most concerned about. The company was already handling it, but there was no definite answer yet. I'll give Lin Jiji a call tomorrow. After reading the entertainment news, Ningxi logged into Weibo again. She was surprised to find that her Weibo followers had increased greatly after this incident. There were many passers-by who were encouraging and comforting her. Ningxi thought for a while, then wrote a Weibo post. Chapter 220. Instead of caring about others' betrayal and unkindness, it's better to focus on your own dignity and beauty. Those who can't kill us will make us stronger. There were many night owls on Weibo, and the number of reposts and likes on her post kept increasing. Less than 5 minutes after the post was posted, Jiang Mai also reposted it and added a sentence of support. Her fans were shouting excitedly. The couple had actually entered the same company in real life. Wouldn't it be more likely for something to happen between them? To Ning Xi's surprise, among the popular comments under her Weibo post, in addition to those who cared about her and gossiped about her and Jiang Mai, the most popular comment was, "Goddess, I saw Lu Tingxiao repost something related to you last time. Have you seen Boss Lu in Shengshi Entertainment? Have you talked to him? Is he handsome? Is he handsome? Ask for photos. Ask for welfare." Ning Xi was speechless. Have I seen Boss Lu? Of course I've seen it before. He's lying next to me, you stupid human beings. Send photos? Forget it then. Of course, a prince should keep it for himself. Ning Xi murmured as she continued to scroll, and the result was that she became more and more energetic. Alas, she shouldn't have scrolled through Weibo when she couldn't sleep. What she needed now was an advanced mathematics book. While she was worrying, she suddenly received a call. The caller ID showed that it was Jiang Mai. Fortunately, she had turned on silent mode just now. Ning Xi answered the phone in a low voice. Hello, what's up? I was going to ask you that. Why are you not sleeping at night? Ning Xi rolled her eyes. I'll say the same thing to you. Why are you speaking in such a low voice? Jiang Mai asked suspiciously. It's so late. Do you want me to yell at you? No. Jiang Mai said confidently, as if he were Sherlock Holmes. There's someone next to you. Ning Xi cursed in her heart, and then said confidently, I'm sleeping with Little Bun. What's wrong with that? Do you have to be so surprised? Really? Ning Xi suddenly felt the hand on her waist tighten, and she was almost dazed. She answered hurriedly. What else? Could it be Lu Tingxiao lying next to me? Are you suffering from paranoia? Jiang Mai curled his lips and felt that he had thought too much. I'm just asking. By the way, Ning Xi suddenly remembered something. She frowned and asked, How's the matter at home? Jiang Mai was silent for a while and then replied, It's almost settled. Just after I met you last night, the business partner who refused to budge suddenly relented. What a coincidence. In other words, it was obvious that Lu Tingxiao had guessed something. That's good. Ning Xi breathed a sigh of relief. Are you free tomorrow? Jiang Mai snorted. What? I'm very busy. Oh, then forget it. Ning Xi was about to hang up the phone. Wait a minute, but I'll need it tomorrow. What can I do for you? Jiang Mai asked hurriedly. Ning Xi said leisurely. Tomorrow is the beginning of autumn. The weather is so good and we don't have to film. Do you want to go out for a walk? What? Jiang Mai almost thought that he had heard wrongly. After all, since returning to China, she had been avoiding him like a scourge. You. What are you plotting? Why do you have so many questions? Forget it. I'll go. Chapter 221. Late at night. As the girl breathed deeply, the man finally opened his eyes slowly. His deep eyes were cold and calm. Under the moonlight, he looked at the girl's sleeping face and kissed her lips gently. From the first time he saw her, he had wanted to lock her up at home, lock her in bed, and not let anyone look at her. Only he could look at her, and only she could look at him. Even he was surprised at how he had been able to endure until now. After the light kiss, the man pried open the girl's teeth and entwined his tongue with hers until the girl frowned, and almost woke up because she couldn't breathe. After a while, he finally left. He touched the girl's cheek and sighed inaudibly. Ning Xi, don't test my endurance anymore. I can't guarantee how long I can endure. And I can't guarantee what I will do. The next morning, Ning Xi didn't know when she fell asleep last night. Anyway, when she woke up, Lu Tingxiao was not in bed. Because he slept late, it was almost 9 o'clock when he woke up. There were a lot of missed calls from Jiang Mai on her phone. He was scolding her on WeChat for standing him up again. Ning Xi scratched her head and replied to Jiang Mai's message asking him to come over. Then she washed up and went downstairs. Lu Tingxiao went to work and Xiaobao didn't disturb her sleep. He was sitting on the sofa and reading. "Baby, come here." Ningxi waved at Xiaobao. Xiaobao immediately put down the book and ran over. Ningxi picked up the little boy. "How about I take you out to play today?" Xiaobao was pleasantly surprised and nodded hard. Just then, a car horn sounded at the gate. Ningxi took Xiaobao out. Jiang Mai was stunned when he saw Ningxi. She was wearing a ponytail, overalls, a white t-shirt with cartoon prints on it, and a shoulder bag. She looked like a student. "Let's go." Ningxi was about to get into the car with Xiaobao. Jiang Mai stared at Xiaobao next to her. "Don't tell me you're taking him on a date?" Ningxi rolled her eyes at him. "Who's going on a date with you?" "I'm taking Xiaobao out for a picnic." Jiang Mai stared at her. "Then why did you call me here?" "Of course I'm driving. I've thought about it, and you're the only one who's free today." The Lu group was negotiating a big deal again, and Lu Tingxiao and Lu Jingli were busy during this time. Jiang Mai was speechless. "Are you leaving or not? If we don't leave now, the sun is going to set," Ningxi urged. Jiang Mai got off the car. "Aren't you afraid that we'll be recognized? Can't I just disguise myself a little?" Jiang Mai was a little startled and said uneasily, "Pretend what? A family of 3? In your dreams. I'm the elder sister, Xiaobao is the younger brother. As for you, what am I? Dad. Ba. You're the driver." Jiang Mai, remember to go to the supermarket first. We also need to buy barbecue grills, meat, and drinks. Got it, Jiang Mai replied with a gloomy face. This bastard, he only knew how to scam him. After shopping in the supermarket, Ningxi found a secluded riverside and hummed a song while teaching Xiaobao how to skewer meat. Jiang Mai also sang while fishing. "It's a sunny day today, but you brought your brother here. When I see his face, my mood immediately turns gloomy, as if someone has poured salt on my wound." Ningxi put her hands on her hips. "Enough. Sing a happy song for me. The weather is so sunny today, and the scenery is so beautiful, so beautiful." Chapter 222. Jiang Mai was listless. He didn't wake up until it was time to eat. At least Ningxi's cooking skills were excellent. They were both barbecuing, but her barbecue was too delicious. Xiaobao, who had always ignored everyone but Ningxi, probably saw that he was having a hard time. Even personally handed him a skewer of mutton. Jiang Mai was flattered. And he found that Ningxi was not exaggerating at all. This boy was so cute when he was well-behaved. No wonder Ningxi was so nice to him. Really, this was too unfair. It was like a genetic mutation. How could Lu Tingxiao have such a cute son? Jiang Mai gnawed on the meat as he thought about it. Although he was going to be a coolie this time, no one knew about it. Lu Tingxiao showed off their affection in the WeChat moments every day. It was time for him to show it off. Jiang Mai chuckled to himself. He hid aside and took a photo of Ningxi's back with his mobile phone. Then he proudly uploaded the photo to his WeChat moments. What the fuck? Autumn outing. With Lu Tingxiao's eyesight, he could definitely recognize who it was. Very soon, the group of scoundrels started to comment frowny face. "Wow. The girl is so hot. I can tell she's beautiful just by looking at her back. Jiang Mai, you're so disloyal. Bring your sister here for us to see. Come on. Come on. Don't be stingy. Why does she look so young? Is she an adult? Jiang Mai, are you doing anything illegal?" After a while, Lu Jingli also appeared. "Wow. The barbecue looks delicious. And chicken wings and grilled fish. Little bastard. How could you not call your uncle to eat delicious food?" Lu Jingli's focus was really different from ordinary people. After waiting for a long time, the person he was waiting for finally appeared. The latest message showed that Lu Tingxiao had just replied to him. Jiang Mai hurriedly clicked on it to see what he had replied. But when he saw it clearly, his face darkened. Lu Tingxiao replied, "Don't let Xiaobao eat too much. He's a little overweight recently." Damn it. Xiaobao. How did Lu Tingxiao know that Xiaobao was here? Jiang Mai looked at the photo he had sent over and finally found the problem. In the photo, Xiaobao's figure appeared in the reflection of the river. Damn it, his eyesight was way too good. Jiang Mai failed to show off and ran back like a defeated rooster. Then he saw Ningxi on the phone. Who are you calling? Jiang Mai asked casually. Big sis Gigi, Ningxi replied. After getting a little more familiar with her, Ningxi decisively changed the way she addressed her from Sister Lin to Sister Gigi, which was more intimate. Jiang Mai took a sip of juice. What do you mean by straight and curved? My manager, Lin Gigi. It's the Ganoderma lucidum, okay? As soon as he finished speaking, Jiang Mai spat out all the juice he had just drunk. What did you say? Lin Gigi, Lung Manyan's manager. Didn't you see my press conference the other day? Do you have to be so slow? Ningxi looked at him with disdain. Fuck. In any case, I already know the result. Why the hell am I still watching? Lin Gigi, why did it have to be Lin Gigi? After knowing that Ningxi had signed with Golden Era, he had been annoyed and had only casually asked about the situation. Who knew that Lu Tingxiao would plant such a huge bomb in his head? Ningxi was puzzled. Why can't it be Lin Gigi? Why are you so agitated? Could it be your ex-girlfriend? Jiang Mai. Seeing Jiang Mai's strange silence, Ningxi snapped her fingers. Io, my little brain is so smart. Did I guess it correctly? Don't talk to me. I need some time alone. Chapter 223. Jiang Mai was defeated in this round. Strictly speaking, as soon as the bugle sounded, he found that he had stepped on a landmine and couldn't move forward anymore. The enemy was too cruel. Ningxi sounded as if she couldn't accept it. I really didn't expect that someone like Sister Gigi would be so blind. Jiang Mai stared at her. What are you talking about? What do you mean by blind? You are the one who is blind. Even Su Yan fell in love with her. Ningxi sighed. Alas, it's all because we were young and couldn't see clearly. Jiang Mai was so angry that he didn't know what to say. At last he said angrily. Now you know how cunning Lu Tingxiao is? In order to guard against me, he even resorted to such shameless means. He was about to see Ningxi's regretful expression, but he saw her holding her cheek and smiling like a love-struck fool. Mr. Boss is really wise and skillful. He plans ahead and wins the battle from 1,000 miles away. Jiang Mai's face was as dark as the bottom of a pot. Ningxi, you are really hopeless. Ningxi suddenly leaned over and said maliciously, Hey, what's going on between you and Sister Gigi? From your expression, it seems that it's not as simple as an ex-girlfriend. Jiang Mai couldn't be so afraid of an ex-girlfriend. Mind your own business. Jiang Mai said grumpily and then asked hesitantly, What did she say to you on the phone just now? Ningxi shrugged. Nothing. She just told me that the screenwriter is revising the script, and the shooting will start in about half a month. Brother Ming also told me that Meng Chang'e and Sun Huanqing will be more prominent after the revision. As for whether Ning Xuelua and Zhao Xizhou will be replaced or not, I'm not sure. But since Lu Tingxiao is so protective of you, I guess he will. Jiang Mai said bitterly. Ningxi shook her head. Wrong. If Lu Tingxiao really did it for my sake, he definitely won't change the actress. That's because defeating Ning Xuelua with my strength in the show, and making her my foil is the best way for me to take revenge. As soon as she finished her words, a piece of entertainment news popped up on Ningxi's cell phone. She had subscribed to some important entertainment news, and every time there was new news, it would pop up automatically. Ningxi couldn't help but smile after reading it. She looked like a young girl in love. Jiang Mai was shocked by her expression and took a look at her suspiciously. The entertainment news then showed that Shengshi Entertainment had just made an announcement. Lu Group had replaced the funds that Ning's International Group and Starlight Entertainment had withdrawn from the project, and Shengshi Entertainment had taken over the project. Out of consideration for the filming schedule, none of the original characters would be changed. Looking at the tacit understanding between Ningxi and Lu Tingxiao, Jiang Mai felt suffocated. I think you are completely in love with him and don't know it. You like Lu Tingxiao so much. Can you really resist being with him? Ningxi lay on the grass, picked up a green foxtail grass and put it in her mouth. Who says we have to be together just because we like each other? because there were so few people who liked to be together. How many people could walk to the end? This state is already very good. The best result would be for them to return to being friends and confidants. Even if the worst result was for them to forget each other, there was nothing bad about it. Memories could forever remain in their most beautiful moments. Chapter 224. Half a month's vacation couldn't be wasted. The next day, Ningxi took Xiaobao out to have fun again. Miss Shi, would you like to wait for young master to come back from work? The old steward couldn't stand it anymore and tried to be a matchmaker. Ningxi scratched her head. Forget it. He's so busy. We can go by ourselves. How could she wait for Lu Tingxiao to come back from work when he wasn't here? Then let them follow us. Young master said that we can't be careless about young master's safety. The old steward pointed to the 3 bodyguards in black and sunglasses next to him. It was a reasonable request. Ningxi had to agree. Then she wouldn't have to ask Jiang Mai to do the hard work. Why did she feel that Lu Tingxiao did it on purpose? Today Ningxi planned to take Xiaobao to buy toys and clothes. Of course, because she hadn't started work yet, she didn't have a salary yet. She still used Lu Tingxiao's card. When she was shopping in the mall, she accidentally found a newly opened children's clothing store that had very fashionable and cute clothes, so she completely started buying. Baby, this one looks good too. Go in and try it on. Xiaobao nodded and went into the fitting room. Ningxi was waiting for Xiaobao to change when she suddenly saw 2 familiar figures passing by. Ning Xuelua was holding Su Yan's hand intimately. They were talking while shopping. Wow, the children's clothes in this store are so cute. Brother Yan, let's go in and have a look. It's Fenglin's son's birthday next month. Let's buy him a set of clothes as a gift? Okay. Su Yan answered with a straight face. Have you seen Fenglin's son? He's white and fat, so cute. Brother Yan, if we have a son in the future, will he be as cute? Ning Xuelua asked shyly. Probably. Su Yan was obviously not in a good mood, and answered perfunctorily. Ning Xuelua was disappointed. Brother Yan, are you still mad at me? I've already publicly apologized on Weibo, and you've heard Kai Jing's explanation. As for that phone call, I was really angry because you suddenly ignored me, and I was a little drunk. I regret it so much. Xiaoxi. Ning Xuelua was explaining when she suddenly heard Ning Shi's name from Su Yan's mouth. She followed Su Yan's gaze and saw Ning Shi standing next to a row of clothes racks. Sister. Ning Shua's eyes were moist. She immediately rushed over and grabbed her hand. Sister, I've finally met you. I've been wanting to apologize to you in person, but you've been ignoring me and not picking up my calls these past few days. I don't even know where you live. When everyone asked me, I said that I didn't believe that you did it. In the end, it was a misunderstanding. I knew you wouldn't do such a thing. Although the truth is out now, the harm to you has already been done. Although I am also a victim, this matter started because of me. You were implicated by me, so I am sorry, I am really sorry. You can hit me or scold me, as long as you can calm down. Ning Xuelua's words were sincere and natural. It even seemed that Ning Shi was the one who bullied her. Ning Shi didn't make sarcastic remarks like before, but glanced helplessly and tiredly at Su Yan. Chapter 225. That look made Su Yan's heart ache as if it had been bitten by aphids. He hurriedly pulled Ning Xuelua over. Xuelua, calm down. Ning Xuelua didn't notice Ning Shi's little movement. Her tears fell down. Brother Yan, please help me talk to my sister. You know how painful and self-reproachful I have been these days. I really hope she can forgive me. Otherwise, I really... Su Yan looked at the woman in his arms who was crying so hard and finally softened. Xiaoxi, I'm sorry. I really blame myself for this. Ning Xuelua gave a smug smile. She seemed to be crying even harder, but she was secretly looking forward to Ning Shi's outburst. In the past, every time she asked for forgiveness, Ning Shi would be very excited and say the worst things, which made Su Yan hate her more and more. This time, it would be the same. Ning Shi pinched her eyebrows tiredly and then sighed. Forget it, Ning Xuelua. I've seen and received your apology. Since it's a misunderstanding, forget it. I forgive you. What did you say? Ning Xuelua's face instantly changed and she couldn't believe it. Su Yan was very relieved. Xuelua, can you rest assured now? Ning Xuelua couldn't say a word and her face turned red. On the other side, the door of the fitting room opened and Xiaobao came out after changing clothes. Ning Xi's hypocritical mask immediately flashed a trace of warmth. She walked over with a smile and picked up Xiaobao. Then she said to the shop assistant, I want all the clothes you tried just now. Just wear the one you're wearing. Okay, I'll write out the order for you right away. The shop assistant replied with a bright smile. Ning Xi nodded to Su Yan to say goodbye, and then directly left with Xiaobao in her arms. After the bodyguard in black paid the bill, he carried the bags and followed them. Ning Xuelua was stunned by this scene, and then a look of extreme excitement appeared on her face. Is what Feng Lin and Xian said true? Last time they told me they saw Ning Xi buying children's clothes in the shopping mall, but I didn't believe it. Sister, she really became a rich old man's mistress and gave birth to a son for him. It was a pity that Ning Xi left so fast that she didn't see the child's face clearly, nor did she have time to take photos. Shui Luo, don't talk nonsense. Hearing this, Su Yan immediately interrupted her with a serious face, and looked in the direction where Ning Xi left with a complicated look. I've seen this child once. Xiaoxi said that he's just a friend's son. Ning Xueluo hurriedly said, Brother Yan, you're too naive. How could she treat her friend's son so well? Look, she has a bodyguard with her, and she's using a black card. There aren't many nannies and bodyguards in such a family. Do they need her to take care of the child? A trace of struggle and hesitation appeared between Su Yan's brows, and then he seemed to have thought of something. So he said firmly, Shui Luo, in my heart, Xiaoxi is my sister. If you insult her, you insult me. Don't ever let me hear such words again. Other people can doubt her, but we can't understand? Ning Xuelua had never expected that Su Yan's attitude towards Ning Xi would change so much after this incident. Damn it. What did Ning Xi do to him in the hospital that day? Su Yan suddenly trusted her so much that he didn't even listen to her. Chapter 226. I'm sorry, Brother Yan. I know I'm wrong. I won't do it again. Ning Xuelua gritted her teeth and said. It seemed that this incident had aroused the guilt in Su Yan's heart, so he no longer suspected Ning Xi easily. But so what? Since he didn't believe what others said, he would believe it when he saw it with his own eyes. It was so easy to find Ning Xi's flaws. She and Jiangmai had been having an affair before, and now they had a child. It was getting more and more interesting. But she had to bear with it for the time being and wait for Su Yan's guilt to fade downstairs. Ning Xi was about to go home with Xiaobao when she found the car waiting at the door was gone. Hey, where's our car? Ning Xi looked confused. It couldn't have been stolen, right? But how could it be? There was a driver in the car. The bodyguard behind her answered. Miss, our car has been driven away. Our boss just called and said he would pick us up after work. What? Ning Xi was confused and said hurriedly. Well, let's go by ourselves. What if he has to work overtime or is delayed by something? Before he could finish his sentence, a black Maybach stopped in front of him. The window of the back seat rolled down slowly, revealing an expressionless face. Done shopping? Ning Xi nodded stiffly. She had been getting up late and going to bed early these days and tried to avoid contact with Lu Tingxiao. Although they lived under the same roof, she hadn't seen him for 2 whole days. Go home. Yes. Ning Xi opened the door and carried Xiaobao into the car. Then she opened the door of the passenger seat and wanted to sit in the front. However, one of the bodyguards came over in fear and trepidation. Miss, the passenger seat is not safe. I'd better sit in the back. It's very spacious. Okay. Ning Xi resigned again. After getting into the car, Ning Xi sat as close as possible to the side of the car, even though there was a steamed bun between them. Lu Tingxiao's attitude was the same as usual. He had a laptop on his lap and was typing quickly on the keyboard, concentrating on his work. Ning Xi heaved a sigh of relief. As a result, 10 minutes later, Lu Tingxiao seemed to have finished his work. He put down the computer, put the sleepy Xiao Bao on his lap, put the computer on the other side of him, and naturally moved toward Ningxi. The familiar cool breath suddenly invaded to a safe distance, and Ningxi's hair stood on end. She subconsciously leaned against the door, and her face almost touched the window. Ningxi. Lu Tingxiao's voice rang in her ears. Ah. What's wrong? Ningxi turned her head. Lu Tingxiao looked at her and said unhurriedly, Are you avoiding me? Ha. How could this be? Why should I hide from you? It's just that there are burning clouds outside the window. It's quite beautiful. I'm just looking at the scenery. Just looking at the scenery. Ningxi moved back with a whoosh. However, at this moment, the driver suddenly made a sharp turn, and Ningxi's body was forced to fall towards Lu Tingxiao. Lu Tingxiao frowned slightly. He reached out an arm to protect her shoulder, and did not let go. Sorry, boss, a car suddenly cut in. Chengfeng, the assistant who was driving, reported. Lu Tingxiao. Okay, drive slowly. Go back and ask for a raise. Chengfeng, yes. Ningxi. From the butler to the bodyguards to the assistants. Why did she have the illusion that everyone was helping Lu Tingxiao? Chapter 227. After returning home in the evening, Ningxi continued to use losing weight as an excuse. She didn't even have dinner and immediately went into the room. She was really thankful that her weight had soared with little Bun these days, which gave her such a good excuse. After a while, there was a knock on the door. Fortunately, it was not Lu Tingxiao's footsteps. Ningxi had just taken a bath and walked over to open the door while drying her hair. She saw Wanwan standing at the door, holding a tray of food in her hand. She was obviously stunned by Ningxi's appearance after taking a bath. The girl in front of her was so beautiful. Her skin was white and rosy after taking a bath, which was even more attractive. Even a woman like her couldn't help but be attracted to her. No wonder, young master. Wanwan quickly shook her head and said, Miss Xiaoxi, young master asked me to bring you some food. Although it's important to keep fit, you can't starve. These are all low-fat and low-calorie food. It's okay to eat a little. Okay, thank you, Wanwan. Looking at the lovely little maid, Ningxi's tension eased a lot. Wanwan, you changed your hairstyle. It's so cute. It suits you very well. Thank you, Miss Xiaoxi. Wanwan touched her hair happily and then said hesitantly, Miss Xiaoxi, you are really nice. In fact, I think you and young master are very compatible. It would be great if you could be our young master's wife. Otherwise, if other scheming women come in, we must be miserable. Ningxi. Why did the little maid start to help her? Please let her go. Then Wanwan knocked on the door again, and brought her a glass of milk. When the knocking sounded for the third time, Ningxi was leaning on the balcony railing to enjoy the wind. Thinking it was Wanwan again, she directly said, Please come in. However, when the footsteps got closer and closer, she found something was wrong. Turning around, she saw Lu Tingxiao's face close at hand. Lu Tingxiao. Ningxi subconsciously clenched the railing. What's the matter? Lu Tingxiao didn't speak but just stood quietly in front of her and looked at her. The girl in front of him was wearing a long palatial nightgown that reached her ankles. Her hair, which had just been dried and was still slightly damp, fluttered in the night wind. Her cheeks were still red from the evaporation of the steam, and there was a hint of shock and wariness in her bright eyes. Just as Ningxi's scalp was going numb from his stare, Lu Tingxiao finally said, Ningxi, Ningxi. Ha. Lu Tingxiao. I missed you very much. Ningxi's eyes widened. She almost thought that she was hallucinating. Ahem. What? Lu Tingxiao reached out his hand and gently picked up a strand of hair beside her ear. His voice was ethereal like the rising cold air in an ice pool. It seems that I haven't seen you for a long time. It had only been 2 days, okay? Bah, that's not the point. The main point was that Lu Tingxiao said he missed her? He directly said that he missed her? This development wasn't right. She must be hallucinating, right? It must be. However, just as Ningxi kept finding justifiable excuses for Lu Tingxiao's behavior, Lu Tingxiao took a step forward, put one arm around her waist, gently pulled her towards him, and held her in his arms at the same time. He also put his other arm around her waist, leaned over, and gently buried his head in her neck in an extremely tired and sentimental posture. Ningxi. You're tuning in to the Li Mei's Wuxia Whispers YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.